appreciate that y'all continue to push forward. We need to engage more folks and get more people involved at the table and utilize the talent that's here. You know, getting back on the campaign trail makes me realize, meeting with all these businesses and neighborhoods, how much talent we have around the city that we don't utilize for everything from economic development to infrastructure discussions to bike lanes and bump outs and traffic patterns. And, you know, I think for me, traffic and everything else that we talk about is always a touchy subject in every neighborhood. But if it's slowed down and we still have to be able to be connected and commute together, I don't think it's a matter of the amount of cars. It's how the traffic flows. Like here, for example. We're going to get left behind, and we're no longer going to be in the top 3 largest cities in South Carolina. I just don't think we're going to have the investments, and that's going to affect schools, that's going to affect infrastructure, that's going to affect housing market, everything. So we have an opportunity to create wealth. We have an opportunity to create better relationships, partnerships and collaborations with groups and everything else, all within our doorstep. But we can't keep doing it the way we've been doing it. My biggest fear is that what happens today is going to make for the next 10 decades, and I think we're already behind these other cities in growth. I mean, we've had the biggest real estate boom in the last 5 to 7 years, and here it is 2021, and we've had our first tower crane since 2008, and it's building a student housing apartment. Not more downtown living where it's easier for people to commute. I mean, we're missing people from the center. I'm hearing from older folks they'd like to have luxury condos downtown that they could live in, that they could walk to Publix, walk to the Vista, walk to Maine, take advantage of the Greenway and the river. But we're not encouraging anybody to come here to do that. We're not out recruiting. Lexington, Kentucky, Nashville, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia, Greenville, Columbus, Ohio, all having double-digit growth. Their economic folks are out recruiting development teams. They're bringing them to their town, and they're saying, what can we do to get you to come and do that project? Because it's no longer going after the businesses. The developers bring the business with them. They have the relationships. A great example is if you look at Howell Mill Road in Atlanta. 20 years ago, it was an older neighborhood, lots of abandoned houses, old warehouses. Now it's apartments, restaurants, retail, small grocery stores, but also tech companies coming in, and all of those people living in those neighborhoods, and like this, like having this connectivity. It's not a 4-lane road, it's a 2-lane road with that heavy traffic, and it works out that you can get connected, you can walk, you feel safe moving around. People don't take their cars out of the parking garages. They don't need to. They can walk to work, walk to dinner, walk to get their needs, dry cleaning, banking, everything. We need the same thing here. I mean, Main Street, this end of town to me is the great frontier. I told Sam Davis 10 years ago that anybody who wanted to be an entrepreneur or wanted to start a business should do it on North Main. It's affordable, it's eclectic, it's got a great housing base, but it also is probably one of the few places in the U.S. where you can walk out on Main Street and point at the state capitol and say, this is my building, my office, my restaurant, my home. not many places in America that can do that.
Well, on that note, thanks for joining us.